Well, hey there, friendships. Welcome back to Curtis's Corner. If you're new here, hi, I'm Curtis. This is my corner, and on today's Film Friday, we are going to be talking about none other than Jurassic World Dominion. This is the conclusion to the trilogy of the Jurassic World franchise, which is a sequel trilogy to the original Jurassic Park trilogy franchise. So, if you're interested to hear my thoughts, hear my opinions, give my rating, and whether I think you should spend your money on this film or not, then keep on watching. So like I said, we are going to be talking about Jurassic World Dominion. There are going to be no spoilers in this, so you don't have to worry about that. We pick up a few years later after Fallen Kingdom, and we don't really go too much into any explanation as to how everyone is kind of getting along now that dinosaurs are all kind of roaming the earth freely. But the story that they do have, it's okay. It's not the greatest story, but it's good enough to be able to hold the length of time that the film is. There are lots of action sequences, whether it be car chases or dino fights or people versus dinosaurs fighting. But I feel like my experience seeing this film was elevated a lot more to be in the positive direction of things just based off of the theater that I went to. So to premise this, I ended up going and seeing this in the 4DX theater, which means that you're getting like other senses stimulated while you're watching this film. So there's motion seats, you get vibrations, you get wind, there's scents, there's rain, there's strobe lights, a whole bunch of other things. And I feel like this experience elevated the film to another level, and I thoroughly just enjoyed myself. Now, if anyone has ever been to Universal Studios Florida, there's a ride, I don't know if it's still there, it was called Shrek 4D. It's very similar in the experience of that, except it's a little more intense. I'm not even joking. There were times where I was literally being throttled around and like lurching forward and being like pushed back into my seat. So if you have a weak neck, don't go and see this. If you have like, if you're prone to seizures based off of lights, definitely don't see this. And if you're prone to motion sickness, definitely don't see this, because those are going to ruin it for you. Just go see IMAX or just regular theaters. However, this experience definitely transformed everything that I thought about the film and made it just so much better. Acting, wonderful as always, and I really enjoyed the look of the new dinosaurs as well. As you see in the trailers, we do have some dinosaurs that are like very feathered and textured. The new big bad, I was a little disappointed about it. I'm not gonna lie. So the big bad dinosaur of this film is actually not in it that much. Honestly, the villain of this film is actually the humans. And you do see that it is the humans in the trailer as well. Don't go in expecting a giant dinosaur to be wreaking havoc on everyone. There are the scary moments where the big bad dinosaur does come and he does pose a threat to all the characters, but ultimately the ultimate villain is definitely the humans in this. You get Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard reprising their roles as Claire and Owen, and on top of that, you also get Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum all returning and reprising their roles from the original trilogy. And just having the old school and the new school kind of combine in this one film definitely was a very goosebump, nostalgic, tingly kind of moment. It's nice to see that the two worlds are colliding and being able to kind of fix the issue at hand. And I think while not a lot of screen time is shared between the old and the new cast, when they do meet up, they do definitely merge and work well together and definitely add more to the story. Jeff Goldblum, I will say, is not as Jeff Goldblummy as he was in the original Jurassic Park. He is definitely less animated and less suave, if you will. He does still have his quips that he will throw out and just make you have a little giggle here and there. The CGI and with the mix of animatronics look fantastic. There's sometimes where the animatronics look a little puppet-like, but for the most part, they are pretty good. And I'm glad that they are still using the practical effects within this film series. The two issues that I have with this film are the constant Chris Pratt hand out situation every time he encounters a new dinosaur to try and like tame them, where his hand always goes out. It's like, okay, you don't have a magic hand. It's a hand. Why? Over that little trope. And then the other thing that I really did not like is the main villain. I found he was too, not animated, because he really wasn't animated, but he just came off as just really dumb. Like, honestly, like, super, super dumb. Like, Wu in the past 5 films were definitely a step up to being the big bad overarching villain of the entire series. But this new guy is just, he's ridiculous. You kind of laugh at some of the moments that he does just because it is so ridiculous, and you're just kind of left extremely confused and not sure what to think. But ultimately, he just comes off as extremely laughable and doesn't pose any real threat to anybody. So I think they could have elevated the villain a little bit more in this. The other small thing that I have my little issues with is the immense speed and strength the human characters have against these dinosaurs. Like, they're running away from raptors and T-Rexes and like dinosaurs just in general, who are chasing after them, trying to kill and eat them, yet you're faster than a dinosaur that's bigger than you, that is made to run faster than you. How? And also, how are you stronger than dinosaurs? By like holding a bar or holding like a door shut. That to me doesn't make sense. Like, why do these characters have like superhuman strength against dinosaurs, but only when they need it? You can chalk it up to adrenaline, I guess, but even then, not really. But otherwise, I think it was a good ending to this trilogy, and they are in talks of possibly doing a 3rd trilogy series, which I would not be mad at because I love me some dinosaurs. So, that's pretty much all I'm going to say. So with all those opinions out and said, I'm going to give Jurassic World Dominion an A-. Like I said, there's things they could have done differently to elevate it a little bit more, make it a more enjoyable film, but ultimately, the elements are there. So, do I think that you should go and see this in the theater? 100%. I think you're going to enjoy it, especially if you enjoy the Jurassic franchise. I think you're going to enjoy this film as well and just have an enjoyable time. And I highly recommend trying to go and see it either in a D-Box or IMAX, even though that doesn't have moving seats, or in a 4DX, especially a 4DX, because you're going to love the excitement and the involvement that you get into this film with the chairs moving during fight scenes between the dinosaurs or the humans, or the dinosaurs and the humans, and the car chases and all of that. You're going to enjoy yourself so much more. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed my review on this film. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, leave some comments down below, and hit that subscribe button because I put out weekly videos, as well as hitting that notification bell so you know when I post a brand new video, because if you don't, how else are you going to know when I post a video? You won't, so do it. Hopefully I entice you to go and see this film if you were a little bit on the fence, and I will see you on Monday for a brand new review. But until then, goodbye, friendships.